The galaxy had long whispered of civilizations older than the stars themselves, of beings whose technology bent space and time with ease, whose empires spanned light years, and whose power was unquestioned. Aliens surveyed the cosmos with arrogance, convinced that dominance was theirs by right, that the universe had never seen a force capable of challenging them. Humanity, in their eyes, was nothing more than a brief flicker, a species barely past infancy, struggling to grasp the smallest fragments of knowledge and power, yet the humans had never been naive, nor had they ever slept. Across hidden star systems, they had observed, learned, and catalogued the motions of empires that thought themselves eternal. Ancient ships, relics from forgotten eras, had been reactivated, their engines pulsing with careful precision. Pilots trained in silence, engineers perfecting machines with a combination of logic and intuition, tacticians running endless simulations that no alien algorithm could predict. Humanity's reach had always exceeded its appearance, and patience had been their greatest weapon. The first human probes entered contested space unnoticed, signals masked and trajectories unpredictable. Alien eyes detected them too late, too far from their fleets to respond. And when the humans appeared in full force, emerging from nebulae and hidden wormholes, it was as though the galaxy itself had bent to witness an inevitability. Ships of every class and design glinted against the stars, engines blazing with controlled fury, formations precise yet fluid, a living testament to strategy and foresight. Alien commanders, certain of their superiority, ordered volleys of weapons, calculated maneuvers, and coordinated strikes. Yet humans anticipated every move, countering with ingenuity and insight that machines could not replicate. Missiles veered harmlessly into debris fields, energy beams were deflected by micro-adjustments in shields, and torpedoes struck at the precise moments where hesitation became catastrophic. The humans acted as one mind spread across countless bodies, each vessel a neuron in a collective consciousness honed by patience and intellect. Between bursts of combat, quiet moments revealed the depth of humanity's mastery. Engineers repaired critical systems while alarms blared and fires flickered, pilots recalculated trajectories mid-flight with uncanny intuition, and tacticians plotted courses across light years of space with a mix of instinct and calculation. Every small act became a part of a larger strategy, each decision amplifying the effectiveness of the fleet and the inevitability of their triumph. Humanity did not merely survive, they transformed complexity into advantage, uncertainty into opportunity, and doubt into fear for those who underestimated them. The alien forces began to crumble under the relentless precision of humans. Formation collapsed, confidence shattered, and morale dissolved. Their advanced technology was impressive, but it lacked the adaptability, ingenuity, and moral resolve of the humans who wielded it against them. Where brute force failed, humans exploited creativity. Where prediction faltered, they anticipated. Where arrogance ruled, human courage triumphed. Slowly, the galaxy's masters realized the truth they had ignored for millennia. Humanity had always been capable, always patient, always ready. As the last pockets of alien resistance dissolved into the void, the human fleet held formation, engines humming softly, hulls scarred but intact, crews observing the remnants of arrogance scattered across the stars. Humanity had not merely won, they had revealed themselves as the true architects of their destiny, the original elder species whose patience, foresight, and resolve had waited for the perfect moment to reshape the galaxy. And as distant suns reflected off polished hulls and drifting debris, one undeniable truth echoed across space: the universe had underestimated humans at its own peril, and so, the stars finally remembered who had walked among them first. The human fleet pressed further into the heart of contested space, a vast armada of precision and purpose stretching across the darkness. Each ship moved with a rhythm that seemed almost alive, engines thrumming like synchronized hearts. Shields pulsing in perfect cadence, and weapon systems adjusting instinctively to every shift in the battlefield. The humans were no longer reacting, they were dictating, shaping the environment of the void itself. Nebulae became curtains behind which entire squadrons vanished only to strike again with devastating surprise. Asteroid fields became shields and launch platforms, and gravity wells were exploited to accelerate maneuvers that no alien mind could predict. Every action was deliberate, a statement of intent that human will would not be denied. Alien commanders, once supremely confident in their calculations, scrambled to regain control. Their massive ships, once symbols of unassailable power, now seemed cumbersome and vulnerable. Precision formations fractured under the fluid ingenuity of human tactics, and hesitation spread through their ranks like a virus. Missiles that should have destroyed entire wings were intercepted, energy beams twisted through deflection arrays, and torpedo salvos struck with near-prescient accuracy. Human crews acted as a single organism, each pilot, gunner, and strategist linked by shared understanding, intuition, and the unwavering certainty that they were never to be underestimated. Within the ships, tension and discipline coexisted in perfect balance. Pilots threaded their vessels through storm clouds of fire and debris, adjusting trajectories with a mixture of calculation and instinct that bordered on artistry. Engineers worked amid sparks and smoke, repairing and recalibrating critical systems in real time, their hands moving with the certainty of repeated practice under extreme conditions. Commanders and tactical officers orchestrated engagements across light years, tracking variables invisible to the naked eye, magnetic storms, drifting debris, gravitational eddies, and weaving them seamlessly into a strategy that alien opponents could not hope to comprehend. Each micro-adjustment reinforced the fleet's cohesion and multiplied its collective power. Even amid the relentless chaos of battle, quiet reflection persisted. Crews considered not just the immediate fight but the wider consequences of their actions. Each maneuver, strike, and calculated risk carried the weight of entire colonies, entire worlds watching from a distance, and the legacy of humanity itself. Courage was measured not only in firepower but in foresight, in moral clarity, and in the willingness to act decisively when hesitation could cost more than lives. Each triumph, no matter how small, strengthened the unspoken bond between human minds and reminded them that ingenuity and unity could surpass raw technological superiority. The alien forces, once arrogant and unyielding, began to unravel. Hesitation replaced strategy, fear seeped through the command chains, and formations that once inspired awe now fell into disarray. Every faltering move created openings that humans exploited with precision, turning chaos into a weapon. The battlefield itself seemed to bend to their understanding, a canvas upon which humanity painted victory not through brute strength but through intellect, adaptability, and unshakable resolve. As distant stars reflected off the hulls of both victorious and vanquished vessels, the human fleet held formation, engines humming with quiet authority, a living monument to patience, foresight, and resilience. They had transformed myth into reality, proving that even a species long dismissed as legend could shape the course of the galaxy through courage, intelligence, and unity, and in the silence between engines and starlight. One truth became undeniable. The universe had misjudged humanity, and it would never do so again. The human fleet advanced deeper into the void, a river of steel and fire threading its way through the stars, moving with a precision and purpose that made even the most advanced alien calculations seem flawed and naive. Each vessel adjusted constantly to shifting gravitational fields, drifting debris, and the unpredictable movements of enemy forces, weaving through the chaos with a grace that seemed impossible. Pilots relied on instinct as much as technology, anticipating maneuvers before they occurred, trusting one another with a bond forged through discipline, shared danger, and unwavering focus. Engines pulsed in harmony, shields rippled with controlled energy, and weapon systems responded with instinctive timing, creating a choreography of battle that blurred the line between machine and mind, strategy and intuition. Alien commanders scrambled desperately. Their massive ships, once symbols of absolute dominance, became liabilities under human ingenuity. Formations that had never failed faltered as unexpected maneuvers struck gaps no algorithm could predict. Torpedo volleys twisted through shields, energy beams deflected unpredictably, and drones executed flanking patterns that shattered the cohesion of alien fleets. Every human vessel operated not in isolation but as part of a living network. A single organism of intellect, coordination, and daring. The humans had learned to see not only the immediate battlefield but the invisible currents of the void itself, bending environmental hazards into weapons, turning weakness into advantage, and transforming the alien certainty into chaos. within the ships, the intensity was tempered by extraordinary focus. Pilots adjusted to microgravity anomalies, energy fluctuations, and the tiniest deviations in enemy paths with unerring precision. Engineers crawled along hulls, repairing critical systems in real time, sparks dancing across polished panels, their hands moving with a certainty born of rigorous practice under extreme conditions. Commanders plotted trajectories across holographic maps that spanned entire sectors, integrating data from distant sensors, enemy patterns, and the shifting cosmic environment into strategies so intricate that they seemed to anticipate the future itself. Every decision, every adjustment, every subtle choice amplified the collective effectiveness of the fleet, making each human a node in an intelligence no enemy could match. Between engagements, quiet reflection threaded through the crews like a lifeline. They measured not only tactical success but moral weight, considering the consequences of each maneuver for colonies, for civilizations watching from afar, and for the legacy of humanity itself. Courage was more than firing weapons. It was patience under pressure, judgment in the face of uncertainty, and the unwavering conviction that they were the stewards of their own destiny. Each victory, however small, was a reminder that ingenuity, unity, and foresight could overcome arrogance and raw power, that intellect coupled with resolve was more formidable than any fleet. The alien forces began to fracture, panic rippling through ranks, miscommunications compounding their failures. Ships collided or misfired, advanced targeting systems faltered under the unpredictability of human tactics, and hesitation spread like wildfire. Every faltering alien move created openings that humans exploited with relentless precision. The battlefield itself seemed to bend to human comprehension, transforming chaos into opportunity, danger into advantage. Humanity's brilliance was not in brute strength but in the seamless integration of thought, courage, and coordination, a force that redefined the rules of engagement. As distant suns cast their light across debris-littered voids, human ships held formation with quiet authority. The remnants of alien fleets drifted, broken and scattered, while the human armada remained intact, scarred but unbroken. They had done more than survive, they had rewritten perception, turning myth into undeniable reality. Humanity had proven that intelligence, unity, and courage could reshape the galaxy. That a species once dismissed as a fleeting legend could impose its will across the stars, and in the stillness that followed, with engines humming and stars reflecting on scarred hulls, one truth emerged: the universe had misjudged humanity for too long, and the reckoning had only just begun. The human fleet stretched across the void like a living tapestry, a testament to ingenuity, patience, and unyielding resolve. Each ship moved with a grace and precision that made even the most sophisticated alien calculations appear primitive. Engines thrummed in synchrony, shields pulsed like conscious hearts, and weapon systems adjusted instantaneously to every shift in the battlefield. Nebulae, once considered obstacles, became veils behind which entire squadrons vanished, only to strike with devastating accuracy moments later. Asteroid fields, previously hazards, were turned into shields, launch platforms, and traps. Gravity wells were exploited to accelerate attacks or deflect enemy fire, and energy currents were used to guide missiles along impossible trajectories. Every movement, every adjustment, was a declaration of intent. Humanity would not be denied, underestimated, or contained. Alien commanders, accustomed to absolute dominance, found themselves scrambling in ways they had never anticipated. Their massive warships, precise and intimidating, seemed cumbersome against the fluid adaptability of human tactics. Formation after formation faltered, algorithms that had never failed before faltered under unpredictability, and hesitation spread like a contagion. Human pilots exploited every weakness, weaving through firestorms of energy beams and missile barrages with intuitive precision, their actions coordinated as if directed by a single mind. Torpedoes struck at the precise moments when enemy confidence wavered, while drones flanked and distracted with surgical intent. Every human vessel acted as part of a greater organism, a network of intelligence, creativity, and courage that no algorithm, no calculation, could ever replicate. Within the human fleet, tension and discipline existed in perfect balance. Pilots navigated the chaos of battle with nerves of steel, anticipating enemy movements and adjusting trajectories mid-flight with uncanny accuracy. Engineers worked under the most extreme conditions, repairing and recalibrating critical systems in real time as sparks danced across panels and hulls groaned under stress. Commanders and tactical officers orchestrated engagements that spanned light years, integrating every variable, from magnetic anomalies and drifting debris to gravitational eddies and cosmic radiation, into a strategy that no alien mind could anticipate. Every decision, every micro-adjustment, amplified the effectiveness of the fleet, transforming individual skill into collective dominance. Even amid relentless combat, moments of reflection persisted. Crews considered not only immediate threats but the far-reaching consequences of their actions. Every strike, every maneuver, carried the weight of entire colonies, the lives of civilizations watching from afar, and the enduring legacy of humanity itself. Courage was measured not only in firepower but in patience, judgment, and the willingness to act decisively when hesitation could cost more than lives. Each small victory strengthened the bond between human minds, reinforcing the truth that ingenuity and unity could overcome arrogance and overwhelming technological might. The alien forces began to crumble. Command chains faltered. Hesitation replaced strategy, and confidence dissolved into fear. Ships misfired, collided, or were neutralized with precise human calculation. Every faltering move created an opportunity exploited with ruthless efficiency, demonstrating that adaptability, intelligence, and moral clarity outweighed raw power. The battlefield itself seemed to bend to human understanding, a dynamic stage on which ingenuity, courage, and foresight became the most potent weapons. As distant stars illuminated debris-strewn voids, the human fleet held formation, engines humming with quiet authority, hulls scarred but resolute. Alien remnants drifted in disarray, defeated yet illuminated by the magnitude of what had occurred. Humanity had not only survived, they had transformed perception, turned myth into reality, and revealed that even a species once dismissed as fleeting legend could impose its will across the galaxy. And in the quiet between engines and starlight, one truth echoed unmistakably: when humanity acts with unity, courage, and brilliance, the universe itself must take notice. The human fleet surged onward, a living web of steel, light, and purpose that spanned sectors of space previously thought untouchable. Each vessel moved with uncanny precision, adjusting instantly to every gravitational fluctuation, drifting debris, and enemy maneuver. Pilots relied on both instinct and calculation, weaving through storms of fire and energy with fluid grace. Engines pulsed in harmonious rhythm, shields rippled with controlled energy, and weapon systems reacted instantaneously, creating a choreography of combat that seemed almost alive. The humans did not merely respond, they dictated the battlefield, bending space, environment, and expectation to their will. Nebulae became shrouds for ambushes, asteroid belts became mobile cover and traps, and cosmic currents were harnessed to accelerate strikes that no alien algorithm could anticipate. Each decision was deliberate, each maneuver a message. Humanity would not be ignored, constrained, or underestimated. Alien commanders, once assured of supremacy, faltered under relentless unpredictability. Their massive warships, symbols of calculated dominance, now appeared sluggish and vulnerable against the fluid ingenuity of human strategy. Formation after formation broke under the pressure of unorthodox tactics. Missiles twisted harmlessly into debris fields, energy beams bent around decoys, and torpedo volleys struck precisely where hesitation had crept in. Every human ship functioned not in isolation but as part of a vast, living network of coordination, intuition, and shared purpose. The humans could anticipate threats before they fully materialized, exploit weaknesses invisible to sensors, and transform danger into opportunity with seamless precision. Within the fleet, tension and focus intertwined. Pilots navigated turbulent voids and dodged fire with reflexes honed through training and instinct. Engineers worked amid sparks, smoke, and alarms, repairing vital systems with unwavering accuracy, their hands moving as though guided by foresight itself. Commanders and tacticians orchestrated maneuvers across sectors, integrating variables that alien minds could scarcely comprehend, drifting debris, magnetic storms, gravitational anomalies, into complex strategies executed flawlessly in real time. Every micro-adjustment amplified the fleet's overall effectiveness, turning individual skill into unstoppable collective force, even in the midst of chaos. Quiet reflection persisted. Crews weighed the immediate battle against the long-term stakes, the survival of colonies, the preservation of knowledge, the proof of humanity's rightful place among the stars. Courage was measured not solely in firepower but in restraint, foresight, and moral clarity. Each decision carried weight far beyond the vessel, and every success, from a narrowly avoided strike to a decisive maneuver, reinforced the unshakable belief that ingenuity, unity, and determination could overcome even the most formidable adversary. Alien forces began to fracture. Hesitation replaced precision, panic spread through command chains, and confidence dissolved into fear. Ships misfired or collided. Advanced targeting systems faltered, and every misstep was exploited with surgical efficiency. Human forces struck with precision born of intellect and instinct, demonstrating that adaptability, creativity, and moral resolve outweighed sheer technological superiority. The battlefield itself seemed to respond to human comprehension, chaos transformed into advantage, and every victory reaffirmed the inescapable truth: arrogance could not withstand ingenuity and courage. As distant suns bathed debris-strewn sectors in light, the human fleet held formation, engines humming with quiet authority, hulls scarred but unbroken, crews reflecting on a hard-earned victory. Alien remnants drifted in defeat. Their once feared formations shattered, their arrogance exposed. Humanity had not merely prevailed, they had rewritten expectations, turning legend into reality, and proving that even a species long underestimated could impose its will across the cosmos. And in the stillness that followed, with stars glinting on polished hulls and engines softly resonating, one truth became undeniable: the universe had misjudged humanity, and it would never make the same mistake again. The human fleet advanced deeper into the uncharted void, a living organism of metal and fire, each vessel synchronized with a precision that made the cosmos itself seem pliable. Engines thrummed in unison, shields pulsed rhythmically, and weapon systems adjusted instinctively to every minute shift in the battlefield. Every movement was calculated yet fluid, a blend of logic and intuition that no alien algorithm could predict. Nebulae became curtains for sudden strikes, asteroid belts transformed into protective shields and tactical launch points, and gravitational eddies were harnessed to catapult torpedoes along paths so improbable they defied conventional calculation. Humanity had turned the very fabric of space into both weapon and ally, each maneuver a testament to patience, ingenuity, and the relentless drive to survive and to dominate. Alien commanders, once masters of the void, found themselves in a maelstrom of unpredictability. Massive warships, engineered for raw power and precision, now seemed cumbersome against the adaptive creativity of human strategy. Formations that had never failed splintered, miscalculations spread like wildfire, and hesitation replaced certainty. Missiles that should have annihilated entire squadrons veered harmlessly into debris, energy beams twisted around decoys, and torpedoes struck at precisely the moments where hesitation betrayed overconfidence. Every human ship functioned as part of a larger organism, an integrated consciousness of intellect, courage, and coordination that transformed the battlefield into a stage of inevitability. Inside the vessels, tension and discipline coexisted in perfect harmony. Pilots weaved through storms of energy and debris with nerves of steel, predicting enemy moves with uncanny foresight. Engineers crawled through hulls, repairing critical systems in real time, sparks dancing across panels as they worked with unwavering precision. Commanders and tactical officers projected holographic maps across the decks, integrating gravitational anomalies, radiation bursts, drifting debris, and enemy patterns into strategies that spanned light years. Every micro-adjustment, every split-second decision, amplified the fleet's collective force, turning individual skill into a singular, unstoppable entity. Even amid relentless combat, moments of reflection persisted. Crews measured not only tactical advantage but the far-reaching consequences of each maneuver. Every strike, every calculated risk, carried the weight of civilizations, the preservation of knowledge, and the affirmation of humanity's enduring place among the stars. Courage was defined not merely by firepower but by patience, judgment, and moral clarity. Each small victory, each perfectly executed maneuver, reinforced the unbreakable bond between human minds, reminding them that intelligence, unity, and determination were more powerful than even the most formidable weapon. The alien forces began to crumble under relentless pressure. Hesitation replaced strategy, fear infiltrated command chains. And once cohesive formations fell into disarray. Ships collided or misfired, systems malfunctioned, and every failure was exploited with ruthless precision. Human forces struck with a fluidity and anticipation that seemed impossible, demonstrating that adaptability, creativity, and moral resolve outweighed raw technological superiority. The battlefield became a living testament to human ingenuity, where chaos was mastery and uncertainty became opportunity. As distant suns illuminated debris-strewn sectors, the human fleet held formation, engines humming with quiet authority, hulls scarred but intact. Alien remnants drifted in silence, their arrogance shattered, their once mighty fleets scattered across the void. Humanity had done more than survive, they had transformed perception, turned legend into undeniable reality, and revealed themselves as a species capable of reshaping the galaxy with intelligence, courage, and unity. And in that moment of quiet triumph, as starlight reflected on polished hulls and engines hummed in resonance, one truth became undeniable: the universe had misjudged humanity for eons. And the reckoning had only just begun, and so, the stars learned that humans were not only legends, they were inevitability.